Guys, no joke, I just got into the game and I just found a black skull. That's absolutely incredible, but I'm not even joking, that literally just happened, because a couple... That's pretty cool, okay. I just found a black skull out of nowhere, that's kind of cool. It didn't drop a lot of gold, but I still found a black skull out of nowhere, so I'll take it. That's pretty impressive. Because I was hiding here as Lord Fear when I was black skulled on it. And I just got into the game and I was going to record a video. And I just found a black skull, so that's a perfect opener. Alright. That's actually kind of cool. That doesn't really happen too often, so I will take it. Are you a skull? Well, where would you hide at? Do you know any good hiding spots? In this video, we're going to be looking for the coolest and best hiding spots in Rucoy line for skulls to hide at. So, let's jump right into it. So in Lizard 1, there's quite a bit of different spots you can hide at. You can go over to the little corner that's over here. It's not really that bad of a spot, and it is a decent spot to hide at if you really need a spot really quickly. And overall, I hide here occasionally. I wouldn't say I hide here a lot, but it is a decent place to go if you're like orange skulled, red skulled, etc. The second location you can hide at in Lizard 1 is way up top, and it is this little building. Now, you do have to watch out, sometimes people want to train here, etc., so it can be a bad spot and a good spot depending if anybody's here, but overall it isn't really that bad of a spot, so I occasionally hide here as well. Now, in Drow 1, there's quite a bit of different spots you can hide at. You can hide in any of these little corner things, or whatever you'd like to call them. They're not really the greatest spot, but if you really want to hide there, I guess you can. Another spot you can hide in, which is, it's pretty common to hide in this spot, is the building way on this side. So, again, not a bad spot, but you could probably get caught pretty easily in Drow 1, so it really just depends on where you want to hide at, or what level you are, I guess. So, Drow 2. I usually recommend the spot way down to the south here. It's probably one of the better spots to hide at as well. But Drow 2 is really good for skull hiding spots, because there are just so many different areas you can go. You can go to that one spot I just showed, but you can also go way over here to hide, which is pretty good. Even if you really want to, you can go all the way over here, which is also a pretty good little spot. So that's 3 spots already, but there are a few other spots way over here you can hide at. You can hide way over here in this corner if you really would like to, and you can hide over there in that corner. So 5 total spots that aren't really that bad. Even if you really want to, you can even kind of hide over here, because not really too many players, at least for the most part, go in this area. So, again, it's really not that hard to hide in Drow 2. As for Drow 3, a lot of people train here, so you might be able to find 1 or 2 spots, but it's not the ideal place. I guess you can always take the top corners, which aren't really that bad, but again, it's not really the greatest either. But you do have the top corners if you really want to hide in those spots. As well as there's a nice little area over here to the somewhat near bottom of the zone, which is this big hallway that not really that many people go into. So overall, again, a decent spot. As well as the team dungeons. I'm not going to really show off the team dungeons because, everybody knows you can go to them, but the team dungeons, again, are also a pretty good little place you can go to. As well as the Lizard 2 levers and stuff, so I'm not really going to cover those too much, but yeah, you can go to a lot of those places. In Skeleton, you can always go to the bottom corners. It's not really, again, I don't know why you'd want to go to Skeleton, but you can. Nobody ever checks Skeleton, so it's definitely a decent place, but, It's kind of boring also. I like to go to spots where I can at least train. But if you really want to go to Skeleton, or maybe if you're a lower level as well, Skeleton isn't that bad to go to. For Vampire, there really isn't too many spots except for around the Vampire door, so I think for the most part I'll just skip that. Well, and in Vampire 1, in that really top, go to the top right corner, which isn't that bad either, but there's not really that many spots, so I'm just going to skip it for now. In Zombie, though, there's a lot of areas you can hide, so a lot of people have said Zombies is one of the worst places, but I mean, it's not that bad, especially if you're a low level. You got this little corner here. You got the again, I wouldn't really recommend the bottom corners if you're a low level because a lot of people can easily find you in them. But you do have the bottom corners, and you have the other bottom corner that's over here. I'm gonna steal this and sell it later, but you also have that corner, which is, if you're a low level, that's probably the worst place, but whatever. It's not that bad. And of course you have the top region of the zombie zone, which is, again, a very risky place to kind of go, especially if you're not paying attention as a low level, but it's not too bad. A lot of people like to hide in this spot. Again, it's not really that bad of a spot as well. And then there is another spot that's not that bad to hide in, way over here. I think the main reason this spot's a good one to hide in is because nobody can attack you in this spot. So if you are a Black Skull, you can switch servers and you'll be absolutely safe. So that's why this is one of the best spots to hide in as a Black Skull, in my opinion, but whatever. And way over here, you can... I mean, I guess you can hide anywhere really over here, but I mean, it's not really the greatest spot. And then way over here is a decent spot you can hide in, which is right over here. So, again, those are all the areas in Zombies you can hide at. I'm going to go to Dragons next. In Dragons, there's a few different spots you guys probably all know. This spot I would not recommend, but there is occasionally a skull here. But I wouldn't really recommend that spot at all. If you're a higher level and you don't really care too much and you're just gold skulled, sometimes I just farm this one. It's not really that hard. Actually, I'll just run routes here occasionally, but it's not really that difficult. This spot's pretty good to hide in as well. And then way up here in the top part of Dragons, you got a really good spot as well, which is right here. And then it's not the greatest spot, but you can also hide over here if you really feel like it. And again, it's not really that bad of a spot, but I wouldn't really recommend it. So let's go over to Dragon 2, and I'll show you guys the last couple of spots you can really get into the Dragon area. So the best part about Dragon 2 is that there is a lot of areas you can... Well, there's not a ton of areas, but there's a few decent areas you can hide at. I think most people would just agree going over here to the Dragon Throne Room is what you want to do. So, again, this is a pretty good area to hide, as well as just to farm up the dragons while you wait for your skull to go down. So, really not that bad of a spot. In Dragon 3, I really don't think there's anything too crazy to hide at, but if you really want to, I guess you can hide right against the Dragon 4 zone that's not out yet door. Probably won't be a good hiding spot forever, but for now, it is definitely a decent spot to hide at. Anymore, so I don't know if I'd recommend it or not, but Ice 1, you can go over to this little side with the snowman. A pretty good little place to hide, and I'm getting destroyed by these. There's like 50 of them attacking me all at once, but You can hide there. You can also hide at the ice island in the one little spot. So I'm going to go over there real quick to show you guys that. A lot of people like to hide over there in that little corner. As well as just on the island in general isn't really that bad, but a lot of people like to hide over here because it's just a little bit, I don't know, safer, I guess. As well as you can hide, well, let's just get rid of this guy real quick. And boom, alright. You can hide way over here in this little area, which isn't that bad either. So, boom. And I'm going to switch servers because they're going to trap me. But overall, those are all the places you can hide at. This is probably one of the better places again. And overall, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.